If you run an e-commerce store, here are the 3 types of landing pages you should test in order to maximize your return on ad spend and lower your acquisition costs. Now, before we actually get into those 3 types of pages, why should you use a landing page? Well, here's the deal. Your website is built as a catch-all net, right? It's supposed to convert people that come from your email traffic, from direct traffic, from organic traffic, from your ad traffic, and from pretty much anywhere else, right? The message is probably relevant, but, it is also sometimes diluted depending on where people come from. You've got people coming from all stages of their buying stages, and you've got people with different knowledge of the problem you're solving and different knowledge of your competitors, of your product, benefits, and so on. Now, when you're spending a lot of money on ads, whether that's Meta ads, Google ads, TikTok, or something else, right? You want to make sure that your visitors are seeing the most relevant information in order to get them to convert. You want those ad dollars to go as far as they can, right? Can't blame you. So that's why when we're sending and we're actually paying for traffic, we don't want to send people to that catch-all relevant type for everyone type of area, which is just your website, right? So collection pages, homepage, product pages, not the most relevant or best areas to send paid traffic to. Instead, we can use landing pages that in its message, in what it communicates, can actually address where your customers are coming from, what they already know about your product, their existing buying journey, and obviously what they've seen in the ad. So that way, by providing a hyper-relevant message and sales pitch, so to speak, to people who click from the ads, we have a much higher chance of converting them and getting them to buy. That's why you want to use a landing page. Now, here are the 3 types you'll want to use. The first one is the hero style page. The hero style page, if you have a little bit of knowledge about landing pages, is probably what you think of when you think of a landing page. It generally opens with a hero style image or video, a headline talking about the benefit of the product, a subheadline that reinforces that, and then we generally start building trust. That could be press quotes and mentions. It could be customer testimonials. And then at that point, the format will vary from landing page to landing page and obviously all dependent on what we're selling and what's the goal of that page. But then it talks about what the product does, the problem it solves, how it solves it. And then obviously there's a section to add the product to the cart and buy it. And then sometimes the information keeps going, right? So that's a hero style page. It is the most versatile. It works with almost every single type of paid ad channel. But, the format itself and the content that's going to go on there will vary greatly depending on what's the buying stage of your customer and obviously what you're looking to communicate for that specific ad. The second type of landing page you'll want to try is one that's been very, very popular in the last couple of years. And that is the Listicle. The Listicle is going to be something like 5 reasons why you should consider this amazing device to make you look better in your videos. Terrible headline. I know, I just made it up. But it's going to be something around, 5 points, 5 reasons why, or it could be 6, 7, right? That's something to test. But ultimately what it's going to do is that it will take you through, reasons why people are buying this product. There are generally 2 types of listicles. There are some that are more educational. For example, for Primarily Pure, we once built one that was called 6 Reasons to Ditch Your Drugstore Deodorant. That article did not sell Primarily Pure's natural deodorant from the get-go. It really talked about why you should ditch your drugstore deodorant in the first couple points, why you should switch to a natural deodorant in the next point, and then toward the last point, that's actually when we sold the deodorant. On the flip side, right, you could have a listicle that's really all about the product. So meant for deeper buying stages. And it could be 5 reasons why people love this anti-gravity beanbag. And that's a real headline we had for a landing page for MoonPod. So you can have a lot of different angles, but generally it's going to be more a content-heavy style page that reads like an article, but that may or may not sell people from the very first point up to the last point. Now, the third type is the one that's the most article-like, and that is an article-style advertorial. The article-style advertorial can also have a lot of different formats. It could have like one person's experience or their own account of, what was your experience with a product. It could also be an advertorial where it's like a reporter talking about, the founder's story and how the product came to be. So it could have a lot of different angles. You really want that type of page, however, to be mostly educational, to be interesting, and to read like an article. That is not a hero style page. This page is really meant to tell a story and sell the product maybe a little later in the article itself. People generally add to cart directly on that page, or you send people to another page like a hero style page where they can add to cart. So those are the three types of pages to test. The hero style page, that's more traditional. The listicle, that's a bit like an article, but is a bit more content driven than your typical hero style page. So 5, 6, or 7 reasons why. And then the last one is the advertorial, right? Which is very much like an article, might be hosted on the brand's website. Does it need to be on some content site or in some media outlet? It can be on the brand's website. So those are the 3 types. The one last thing I want to say, however, is that a landing page doesn't work simply because it's a landing page. What makes a landing page work, or I should say convert, is the content, the copy, and to some extent, obviously, the visuals that you're using on that page. If you're missing the mark and you're not hitting the right pain points and the right solutions in the content of your landing page is not going to convert. A landing page is really an experiment, right? And that first landing page you build may not work. But you have to iterate, and eventually you will get to a point where your messaging is on point and relevant to your audience and to your campaigns, and that's when magic really starts to happen. So, if you want to learn more about landing pages, about conversion optimization, make sure to subscribe to this channel, or if you want to learn more about how SplitBase can help you with landing pages, go to splitbase.com. See you next time, and thanks for tuning in.